mistake the iconic silhouette of the white gold tower rising towards the sky. And to the north, the Jerall Mountains tower in all their snow-capped glory. Today, we will be taking a relaxing wander along the shores of Lake Rumare through this beautiful and lush landscape, the first of many such wanders, I imagine. This beautiful way shrine of Tabella serves as our starting point this morning. And I think we will take the path to the south and trace a counterclockwise route around the lake. We'll see how far we get today. It's an easy morning. The sun is muted behind fluffy clouds, and a thin mist clings to the hills amongst the trees. It makes for a very evocative scene as we wind our way along the path. Here we can see some road signs. Should we wish to visit the Imperial City, which we will do one day, we would head to the north. That's where the main gate is situated, just across the bridge from the small village of Way. Here, we can see directions to many different cities of Cyrodiil: Skingrad, Kvatch, and Anvil, all to the west, Bravil and Leowin to the east. And we've encountered our first denizen of this area, a scamp, it would seem, a minor creature of Oblivion. Not especially intimidating for most travelers, well, perhaps the average traveler, but not those trained in any sort of combat. They are nonetheless somewhat imposing-looking creatures, despite their diminutive stature. We, of course, needn't worry about being accosted by any of the creatures of this land. We are left to make our way peacefully throughout the landscape. These ancient ruins ahead of us here are the Iliad structure of Vindasal. We will find many such Iliad ruins belonging to the ancient Heartland elves dotting the landscape around Lake Rumare. It's cleared up a little bit, I these old bridges that connect the various promontories and peninsulas that reach out into Lake Rumare are sturdily built and maintained by the engineers of the Empire. Let's wander our way down to the water and enjoy the beauty of these water hyacinths and sacred lotuses in the shallows. Many populations of these beautiful flowers can be found around the shores of Lake Rumare. They are prized by alchemists for their magical properties. What a spectacular view. The white gold tower, the high Jerall peaks, and the wizard's tower far above. Butterflies flit to and fro in the warm sun, and this imposing looking runestone adds a somber element to the scene, a bit of mystery. The birds are certainly lively today, aren't they? Chirping in the trees. And all manner of trees we have around here. This looks to be a mighty oak with its rough bark. Been here for many decades, no doubt. And the more delicate aspens with their papery bark, scarred and pitted. And of course we have all the herbs and understory. Monkshood, another popular plant with the alchemists, and the brilliant and aromatic lavender that grows along the shoreline. I believe this is where the gently flowing White Rose River enters Lake Rumare. Oh, do you hear that? Listen carefully. Somewhere nearby, the enigmatic Nerd calls. We never escape the Nerd route. It's everywhere. Off the path here lies the small, destitute, ramshackle village of Pell's Gate. It's an odd place with some odd folks. We shan't be bothering them today because I would like to continue our wander around the lake. Look at the size of this oak tree. This massive trunk. And here we have another road sign, which which seems to suggest that Bravil and Leowin lie off to the right, to the south. And while this is true, the signs are a bit misleading. I believe if we wanted to follow the main road, we would take the left fork. To the south, this way, is a less commonly wandered path. Nevertheless, it is the one that we shall traverse. Sometimes it's nice to take the road less traveled. Listen to the gentle wind in the trees, the chorus of birdsong. Breathe in deep and savor the sweet air, perfumed by all manner of wild flowers and aromatic herbs. Compared to other provinces such as Skyrim or elsewhere, the Imperial Heartland is a veritable paradise of hospitable climate and geography. And here we have a spectacular cascade flowing down from the uplands in the south, thundering down the rocks, making its way into Lake Rumare. The day surely is wearing on. It's hard to tell exactly what time it is. The sun is obscured by cloud, but must be afternoon by now. These deer going about their simple business, grazing in the forest. More brilliant lavender and little asters and dandelions. I don't know what kind of trees these are here, but they almost look like olive trees, but they're not quite twisted and gnarled enough, I don't think. This is a gorgeous shrub. Look at all these brilliant flowers. We've made it to the top of the waterfall, and from up here we have a panoramic view of the Imperial City and the surrounding mountains, marred slightly by our guest here, this imp, which apparently makes this vantage point its home. Another rather unpleasant creature to look at. They can be dangerous to travelers, but this one appears to have a good taste in aesthetics, because this is a truly spectacular spot. Another nerd route. Surprising to find it way up here. normally grows very close to still water. Despite the cloud, the day is warm and pleasant. Perfect for a wander, really. This cave here no doubt holds mysteries and treasure, but we're not really in the business of uncovering mysteries or plundering treasure, are we? We're more in the business of enjoying a gentle wander through fields of flowers. Oh, the sun has come out once again, illuminating the valley with its bloomy light. And we have stumbled across another alien ruin here. The stone from which they are built has a beautiful, translucent almost kind of quality to it, from some angles at least. Let's see if we can. There we go. Look at this spectacular architecture. So different from the imperial style, which is very utilitarian. The imperial city, however, and the white gold tower, of course, are Iliad in origin, and so they retain the beauty of these enigmatic ruins. Ah, there's the sun. Yes, we are indeed past midday now, but I believe we do still have a while left to wander before evening arrives. Oh, look at these gorgeous peonies blowing gently in the warm breeze. Just spectacular. Peonies are quite uncommon. You don't see them very many places around here, but they are gorgeous, showy flowers. Let's continue on our way around the lake to the east. I was mentioning moments ago the imperial architecture and how it is much more utilitarian than the Iliad architecture. And you can see just that up ahead in the ruins of Fort Alesia. Oh, this is unfortunate. It looks like a deer has been killed along the path here. Wonder who's responsible for that. And would you look at that? Wild horses grazing in the fields south of the imperial city. That is not something I expected to see, but they seem quite content. More beautiful flowers up here. Lily of the valley, amongst others. here's a live deer, a beautiful buck. He seems rather unconcerned with our presence. It would seem, however, that the late afternoon is approaching, judging by the golden light that is flooding the valley. Yes, the sun is slipping slowly towards the horizon. Look at that spectacular view. The horses in the distance. The way the sunlight illuminates the blade of the grass, gently swaying in the breeze. And of course, the white gold tower looking down upon it all. What a truly spectacular vantage point we have here. And as a matter of fact, I think this might be a nice place to rest for the time being. It's pretty hard to beat this view, and there are many spots nearby where we could make camp, make a meal for ourselves, and bed down for the night before beginning our wandering anew tomorrow. So, my friends, I think this is where we shall end our wander for today. Thank you so much for joining me here on our first of what I hope will be many wanders in the beautiful province of Cyrodiil. I look very forward to having you with me here again next time. Farewell for now, my friends. And as we embark upon a new, relaxing adventure in the land of Cyrodiil, I would like to take this moment to extend my heartfelt thanks to this channel's intrepid supporters on Patreon and YouTube memberships. Many of these amazing folks have been with us on our wanders for years and years through countless lands, including Skyrim, of course, and now here in Cyrodiil, and I cannot thank them enough for their generous support. Their support allows me to continue to create the kind of videos that I love the most, just like this one, and hopefully these are the kinds of videos that you enjoy watching and listening to the most as well. There are links down below at the top of the video description should you be interested in investigating what kind of perks you can obtain through the Patreon or YouTube memberships. Each one has 3 tiers. I'm sure you can find one that is right for you. At the mightiest tier, the Fusroda tier, those extremely generous supporters get a special spoken shout out in every single one of my videos, and you are about to hear their glorious names right now, starting with Drummer Brit, Odin's Son, Jake Luffney, Alien Test Subject X59ZY, aka Captain Vanquisher, Brucey B3D, Buchner, Ragnar or Ragnarsson, Joe, and Regan. What a spectacular group of folks, the ones that you just heard me read out, and all of them here for that matter. I'm so very grateful for their generosity and support of what I do here and the community we have. Speaking of the community we have. Also, please welcome a new member into our supporters, Sethicus. Sethicus, thank you so much for joining